Cody Rhodes' heel turn is fucking brilliant. And before all of you kill me in the comments, let me just say that my honest opinion, I feel like what Cody Rhodes is doing is actually genius because it actually foreshadows what he is going to do for his heel turn. You can see a lot of influence from what he does, considering how everyone calls him Cody Cena or Homelander or, you know what I mean? But honestly, that's the point. And that's kind of what I want to talk about. Another thing I want to talk about in today's video also is how I see AEW going in the next 5 years, where they're going to be at in the next 5 years. And I feel like it all has to do with Cody Rhodes' heel turn being the, how can I say it? Not the final nail in the coffin, but kind of being the cherry on top of what the kicking off point, the boiling point, the turning point to where AEW is going in the next 5 years. Now, I'm going to do a little bit of pro wrestling psychology for you guys and break it down right now. Right? I personally feel like this can happen, but I personally feel like what's going to happen is the heels, or what should I say? Every single indie wrestler from 1999 all the way up to 2015, or I should say most wrestlers from 1999 to 2015, they are going to be what is considered the old school. And I feel like when all those older guys from within that time span come into AEW, or guys from that time span come into AEW, and they become, I think they're going to become the establishment, and they're going to become the gods, or the guys, I should say. Basically, what I believe is they're going to become the authority. And you can probably see it for yourself. You know, I just personally feel like it's kind of brilliant for what they're doing, because I have facts to back it up. Now, the first fact to back it up is Cody said in 2019 how in his I Love My Brother promo, you know, he said how this is generation versus generation. Now, how I personally took that as an indication that, okay, I think he's setting up the basis of what AEW's overall theme is going to become. And if we have learned, AEW is not only an imitation of what WWE fails to do, but also they are an imitation and a mockery of what WWE is. It's all a parody, if you really think about it. Now, my personal standpoint is that when this whole entire generation versus generation thing pops off, it's going to be the overview storyline, or the overview feel in the air of how AEW is going to be. It's going to be the young guys versus the new guys. I'm sorry, the older guys, aka the older indie darlings that we all used to love and cheer for as the underdog, and now they're in a company where they are the establishment, and the younger guys are coming up in their company under them, having to train under them. If that makes sense. I said what I said. Now, I feel like personally, and the reason why I say personally a lot is because this is from my viewpoint and my opinion. Now, I feel like a lot of this is going to happen because when you look at it, the Young Bucks turned heel, right? The Bucks turned heel, Kenny turned heel, Hangman's a face, so he's probably going to be the only one who's going to be shutted out, if that makes sense. Hangman's going to be the only one shutted out and going to be part of the new generation, because all throughout his time in the Bullet Club, he was kind of seen as the odd man out. He was always seen as the guy who... He was the guy who was seen as the odd man out. And Even the Bucks, even Nick said it himself. He was a jobber before he joined the Bullet Club or joined the Elite. So in that case, Hangman is going to be generation. He's going to be representing the younger generation. Now, I feel like also it's not going to be all of the. It's not going to be all of the veterans. Sorry, had to think of the word. It's not going to be all the veterans. Of course, you're going to have Eddie Kingston. You know what I mean? You're going to have probably Eddie Kingston, Sting. You know, guys like them probably teach the new generation how to actually be and be on their side. Everyone else, though, I can't really say the same. Cody obviously is turning heel, and it's going to be very likely that he's going to become the ultimate authority figure. Tony Khan said he doesn't want anything to do with TV or be an authority figure, let alone. Now, I'm feeling that it's going to be Cody's place. Cody's going to be the top boss. He's going to be the top boss. He's going to be the guy calling up all the shots. And when you look at it from his heel turn, well, from what is building up to his heel turn, you can kind of see it. I really don't feel like I have to explain it, but I will explain it for the sake of this video. The reason why I feel like Cody Rhodes is honestly the mastermind is that because, one, he's honestly baiting the fans. He knows and he is aware that everyone is booing him. He knows that he is not needed as much as he was back in 2019. He's aware of it. So what Cody is doing is he's playing possum to the IWC and the pro wrestling fans. That's what he's doing. He's doing it on social media. He's doing it on TV. And he knows. He said it himself. He said he hears you. He said it himself. He hears you. And the more you think about it, honestly, the more you think about it, how can anyone not see that this leads up to his turn? Honestly, how can y'all not see that? All of this is playing up to his crowd. And on top of that, too, he's kind of giving you also a piece of himself. But honestly, he's using who he truly is, since you all know who he truly is already, to kind of raise the bar a bit and go beyond for his heel turn. See, like I said, Cody Rhodes, he's not the guy to sit there and have just a generic heel turn. That's been his career all his life. And he knows that. Just doing the average shit. Cody is a perfectionist. And Cody knows he has a lot of power in his hands. So if it was up to him, he knows that he probably has to do something that's just going to be epic. Because in his mind, he already has perfected what he is going to do. That's how I see it. I'm not sure how you guys see it, but that's how I see it. Everything Cody Rhodes is doing has been planned. And on top of that, too, he's adding upon layer every week to what he's doing. It's all part of the plan, and he's adding on top of that plan as little nicks and dings. And nobody, I feel like, talks about that. You know? I feel like nobody talks about that. Another thing I feel like nobody talks about, considering how, you know, AEW will go have this generation war, is what MJF said when he said how it will be a bidding war of 2024. Now that I feel like was a key. That was a key to kind of, that was a kind of P's and Q's or key to what will happen. There's going to be a bidding war. And I think it's not going to, and I think it is going to happen in 2024 when all of the Elite are heels. And not only that, but CM Punk, you know, being a heel. Not only Punk is going to go heel, Bryan's going to go heel. It's all in the seeds, guys. It's all in the seeds. Like, come on, how do y'all not see this? It's all going to be in the seeds. And honestly, when you think about it, like, honestly, when you think about it, how do you not see it? It's all in your face. It's really all in your face, guys. Like, I really don't know what else to say. What I feel like my predictions are going to be, everything that's happening in AEW right now is just like what Mark Henry said. It's all already here. And you guys can go back to the Q&A that he did. I feel like he said that. When did he say that? Shit. I can't remember when he said it, but he did say, he was asked this question. He said, what's already here, everything that you're seeing is already in the motion. And he's right. It's here. And if you could probably go back and look it up yourself. I'm not sure how, but you can go back and look it up yourself. But that's just how I'm saying. But now my personal predictions I feel like is going to happen is that SuperClick, right? For right now, the Bidding War 2024, which is I'm calling it now, I don't feel like that's going to happen until obviously 2024. But you're not going to see anything really pop off until 2023, like mid to late 2023. You're not going to see anything pop off. 2024, that's going to be the year for AEW. That's going to be the defining year for AEW. That's going to be the year that truly puts AEW on the fucking map. That's going to be the year that truly puts AEW on the map. And all you got to do is pay attention to the little nicks and dings. They're giving it away, guys. It's all in your face. I just see it. That's just how I see pro wrestling right now. And honestly, this is not really like a facts video. Well, it is a facts video, but this is just off the fly of my head right now. Now, this is what I feel and think. I think what Cody is going to do when he goes heel, I feel like it's going to involve him being a special guest referee, right? It's going to involve him being a special guest referee, and it's going to involve him having some authoritative power in that decision of the match. And honestly, I'm not sure. It may not. Let's hope, but I feel like it would make sense. Maybe he does a screw job on either the TNT champion or the AEW champion, and he awards MJF the championship. Now, I can make another video or a part 2 of this video if you guys want, but I can make another video titled Generation versus Generation, Bidding War of 2024. What do you guys think in the comments? Would y'all like it or not? But yeah, that's what I wanted to get up on here and say today, guys. But before I go, I just want to say this. WWE, okay. I feel like the last thing I'm going to say is, I feel like what AEW is going to do is that they are going to, everything that you loved about the indies is going to now become considered the old school. And since they are becoming older, it's natural that they're going to become the heels and the authority figures of pro wrestling. And it's going to be up to the younger generation of AEW, to get used to, for the fans to adjust to. And that's what they're doing now by giving them, the younger fans, TV time. And when this happens, all the older guys, the elite guys who have been known since 1999 all the way up till now, all the way up to 2015, they're going to be the elite, they're going to be the corporate. They're all going to be the corporate, and you guys, I hope you guys see that. But it goes back to what I said. I feel like AEW is going to be an imitation or a parody imitation mockery of what WWE is. How WWE used to be the coolest, and now they're not the coolest. And that's why I feel like AEW is going to use as a plate for this bidding war. Alright, guys, I said what I said. I'm going to stop it here. That's just food for thought. I said what my little predictions, my sayings. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Deuces.